Welcome to Castles to Cauldrons, where every journey starts with a little bit of magic.
Welcome to episode 41 of Castles to Cauldrons. I'm your host, Jason Davis. I've got Micah, Terry, Siobhan, and Allison with us. Rachel is not going to be with us today. She has some stuff come up. I have a question to ask y'all. How much would you spend to eat and have a photo with Santa Claus for your family?
What is
Like
the food?
a character?
Like eat,
what is the food?
Is this
Like,
like Be Our Guest, but with Santa? Like that
It's
type
just
of.
going to a restaurant, having a meal, and getting a picture with Santa.
Is it breakfast?
$50 per person?
It's dinner. Let's say it's dinner.
Dinner? 50 to 60.
Yeah. And it's a good Santa. It's not like bootleg Santa.
Yeah.
It's a good Santa.
Yeah. And a decent food, not like.
I mean, I would hope it's decent.
I would say, like she said, 50 to 60. If it's an event, if it's not just a quick.
It's like
meet
an
and greet.
event.
I said 50.
I'm going to go with $200 for cake.
Figured you'd be looking that junk up. Yeah. So
200?
But I would not pay
$200?
that.
Per person?
$200 per adult, $150 per child is a meal, and then you get a picture with Santa. But it's a Disney photo pass, so I don't know if it's like the ride system where it just automatically knows that you've paid for this, or do you have to buy photo pass on top of it like you do for the photo shoots, the private photo shoots around the park?
But it's included. Didn't you used to get a picture included when you did Ohana? Like when you first came in, like you got the picture with the characters you walked in?
No, you
Or
had
is
to
that
buy
not?
They used to
No,
walk
we don't
around
do
and
that.
sell your
Yeah.
pictures.
Well,
Now
maybe
they're
they are going to
included.
make you pay for it after $200.
Like you go and download them off the website, but you still have to buy the memory maker to get it.
Is it a fixed menu?
I haven't looked too much into it. I just saw
Is
the
it
price today, and I was
A
like,
whole meal with
crap.
Santa? That's a
That's
lot.
too much money.
Yeah,
I don't
it
want
was-
to eat with
200.
someone I don't know for a whole, like an entire meal. Like,
I mean,
we
it's
talk
a
about
sit-down-
after, the first couple of, hey, Santa,
I don't think it's a full on.
I
like,
think
meal
he's
with
just
Santa.
walking
Aesthetically, I
around.
love the pictures of Santa.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
aesthetically, like he's in all white, and I mean, I love that restaurant aesthetically because I love creams and gold and pink, but it's
And
even
they
a lot.
card
It's even
her
a
when
lot
she
for
orders
me.
alcohol.
That's right. They did not once but twice. I was like, "What? I love you."
That
My
is a good
children are
feeling.
old enough to drink.
I just found it outrageous that it's for me and my family it'd be $550
Too much.
to
That's
Right,
just
when you can do a
crazy.
local like pancakes with Santa for like $12,
Or
$15
you can
a
go to Disney
person.
Springs and get a good picture with a really good Santa for whatever the price of a memory maker is for the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just like that was crazy. I don't know.
I'm
how.
sure it'll sell out and it'll be hard to get because people will want to do it. But
Now, if they come out and say, "Hey, it was a great experience and whatnot," I'm still not paying $200, but at least they got their money's worth. While we're talking about high money, Disney has increased prices as
No
of 2
way.
weeks ago. Allison had a really good comment on the Friendlies page that when somebody said something about it, and she's like, I think it was something to the effect of, "Why are there so many discounts coming out and Disney's raising their prices?" And it makes perfect sense.
yeah.
For a single day ticket, the peak day for Magic Kingdom is now going to be $209 for the day. That's going to be like your Christmas week type stuff. For a park hopper, a single day park hopper, you're close to $300. It's like $289 with taxes. Lightning Lane goes up to $45, which was at $39 for Magic Kingdom. I mean, I agree. These things like getting a little out of hand when it comes to prices. What's too much to pay for a day in Magic Kingdom? Like, where would you draw the line if y'all were not annual pass holders for Siobhan and Allison to say, I can't take my family to Disney for a day?
Well, I think people are already there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
However, and I know that it sounds like awful and it sounds really mean, but in reality, if you don't want to go, there are 10 people behind you that do.
Right.
And I know that sounds really mean, but there are people out there that it doesn't matter what it costs, they're going to go.
And everywhere is raising prices. Like, you can't expect all the prices to go up at the grocery store and Disney to just sit out on inflation and price hikes. They're a business too, and they've still got to meet their bottom line. I mean, it stinks when prices go up, but I mean, I wouldn't say I'm shocked. Like, this happens every year with so many companies. They have to just continually increase that price, and some years it's more than others, but yeah, they're pricing people out, and that seems to be one of the goals, to help make the experience maybe more magical if the parks are less crowded and they're still able to meet their bottom line.
So two things to combat that. A few years ago, it's been 7 or 8 years, Bob Iger sat down with someone and did an interview saying we could double the price right now and people would still come. I agree. People would we all love Disney. I think no matter what, we would at least figure out a way to go to Disney at least once a year, no matter if it was $500 a day to go in the park or not. But the second thing is that Disney in the last year has really made a lot of waves with the price of their vacation. They had a Wall Street Journal article come out about it. And New York Times, I think, also came out with one saying like how they're outpricing the middle class. And yeah, Siobhan, they're always gonna bring people in. There's always gonna be 10 families behind you to come. But you have you have the value resorts for a reason, for the families that want to save money. So I just don't know how Disney can sit there and say, let's do a 40% off rooms, but still have $200 a day tickets.
Well, I think, like you said, with the value resorts, I think most people say I have a budget for Disney. Like I have $5,000, and whether they do it themselves or they take it to a travel consultant like us, most of them I don't know if they even pay attention to the breakdown of the park per day ticket. As long as like if Allison prices them Pop Century for the week with the dining plan and all this, they can get it for $5,000. They're like, cool, sign me up. Like, and don't really look at an
Right.
itemized list of exactly the room was 40% off, but the park went up 25%. Like they're not looking at it like that. It's the sum of the number instead of each individual price. So I think that's how most people look at it, is as long as I can finagle things, if my travel budget is this much per year, and as long as I can move things around, maybe stay at a moderator value instead of deluxe, or maybe not do a dining package and kind of save on food, they're going to go to the park. I think it makes a way, it finds a way.
And I'll
Agree.
go back a little bit with Allison though on the to play the other side. Disney does have the bottom line, right? They can only make so much money a year if the prices are at a certain range and their attendance is down. So when you raise the prices, all of a sudden naturally it's like, hey, we've made money this year. Well, yeah, because you've increased the price higher than what it was at the same time last year. I think at this
And I
point,
agree with what Terry's saying. So people are looking for the
Yeah.
whole experience. And, Disney has always had the philosophy of the longer you stay, the less you pay per day. So people aren't looking at that it's going to cost me $300 for a park hopper ticket. They're going to look at it as it's going to cost me X amount for a 5-day hopper ticket or
Mhm.
Well,
a resort stay included.
if you're saying though that you've set aside $5,000 for your vacation, all of a sudden these are knocking days off. So you go from staying for 7 days to staying to 4 days.
Or you take it, so like I said, you downgrade your hotel, or you don't get extras, you don't get a memory maker, or things like that, like
Right.
the benefits, like add-ons. I guess, or maybe park hoppers. Maybe you don't do park hoppers. You just do. Well, you say, hey, we always
One
get a
park
park
per
hopper,
day.
but we spend an entire day at Hollywood Studios, so let's not do park hoppers this year. And strategically plan our reservations for dinner, so we don't have to go to Epcot for dinner just to have a park hopper to go over there.
There's a friendly plug that it's cheaper to stay at Universal.
But I also agree
always.
with Allison. I've said for years, I feel like Disney is trying to make more money with less people in the parks, because I feel like when there's less people in the parks, they need less cast members, they need less food. They could make the same amount of money but do less work on Disney's behalf. I don't think they want the parks at capacity every day, because they
And
can keep staffing low and things like that. Their overhead stays low, but they make the same amount of money.
and to that point, Lynn Testa today, we're recording this on a Monday before, so there's a lot of news that's going to come out when this comes out. We'll miss a lot. But Lynn said that this was only like the third or fourth 8-day crowd, like out of 10 for touring plans. That was like last week or so. It was a random Wednesday, and it was fourth or fifth, eighth day ranking for crowds. So they are getting those crowds down, and whether it's because of where they are pricing, or even what Epic's doing, Universal's doing with Epic down the road, which I don't think it is, they're accomplishing something, bringing lower crowds. Those lightning lanes, that's still expensive. We don't have to go too much into that, but $45 for the highest for Magic Kingdom.
I do think it's very shocking how much Animal Kingdom's Lightning Lane increased, especially with the
$35.
rides closing.
That's well, I mean, and look at Hollywood Studios at the same time. You have Rock and Roller Coaster going offline for at least 6 months next year. You have Muppets gone. The animation courtyard, all that stuff is gone besides The Little Mermaid. While it's not full on attractions, it's still a lot that you can't use Lightning Lane with. I'm still a very big advocate as they need to just bring the Premier Pass as the only available thing. Pay a premium for it. Get rid of the long lines for Lightning Lane. It works well at Universal. It would work well here, and people would still buy it.
Yeah.
I
mean, that's the one thing after doing Express Pass at Universal, and then we did our day at Disney with the Lightning Lane multi-pass. Like, we had to have times to go do things versus at Universal, we were just doing what we wanted and walked up and used our Express Pass whenever we wanted to.
And I told Micah, like, when we were in the park, I was like, I travel with the park princess. That's what I call my husband. And he's like, I don't care what it costs to get us in Lightning Lanes or Premier Passes or whatever. He's like, we've paid this much to be in the park. I don't want to stand around. I want to ride as much as I can while we're here. You know, why are we going to pay so much and only ride 4 rides because we've waited 90 minutes in each line? So
Well,
he
what
says
does he
whatever.
think of the Premier Pass if cost is no, you know?
Yeah. So, I mean, a lot of people I think would pay that because they have already paid so much. You're like, well, I don't want to
So
go there.
when you guys go in March, are you getting Premier Pass?
No, we do Lightning Lane.
Let's move on to some reasons why Disney has most likely brought the prices up some. We're getting new AAs in like 3 of the attractions. Did y'all see this the blog's post put out?
Yeah, I think it looks great.
The biggest one for me, outside the Muppet one, would actually be
Muppets, obviously.
Yeah, it's obvious Muppets, but like I was glad to hear that Frozen's getting actual face AAs without the rear projection on them.
That's what I was excited about too.
They don't look right to me when you're riding the ride, and you know you see a few videos out there where their faces are black or blue because the system's gone into reboot. When you saw the videos come out of I think it was Tokyo, and it was like, wow, those actually look really good. They need to bring them here. So they are. Clawhauser is coming to Animal Kingdom, and then they confirmed Scooter is coming to Rock and Roller Coaster, which is when they also announced that overlay will be open sometime in summer of next year. And they tease potentially more AAs for Rock and Roller Coaster. So my question to you here is, which Muppet would you want to see, or Muppets as AA?
Miss Piggy.
Animal.
Miss Piggy. I was going to say Miss Piggy, yeah. Animal would be fun too. Like if they had him like playing his drums.
That would be fun. I want Stettler and Waldorf
Those
for
are
the
fun.
launch. Because if you remember, there's a little balcony type area, a fire escape in the launch area. Turn that into a balcony and put them there and have them yelling at you before you take off. I think that'd be...
That would be great. That would be great.
When you take off to Rainbow Connection.
Yeah. But no, I don't remember a balcony right there.
No, you don't.
No,
Which
you were
one?
too
Yeah, never
focused on
looked
just
up.
bracing.
Let's move over to Epic for just a second. We'll come back over to Disney. It's some exciting news for Christmas. Epic Universe will be getting at least 2 lands with Christmas decorations, Celestial Park and Ministry of Magic. I don't know what they would do for Dark Universe or How to Train Your Dragons. They have stuff in Hollywood for Mario, so I would just think they're going to take it slow and bring 1 land on at a time.
I think it'll be beautiful.
Yeah, I could see Monsters Universe as like black.
Dark.
Like it is.
Yeah, like I think that'd
Yeah.
be really. That would be to me harder to decorate for Mario than it would be for Dark Universe.
Yeah.
Like a dead Christmas.
Yeah, kind of like a
Right.
Haunted Mansion. What's it called? Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, that color scheme type stuff.
Yeah.
And they might try to get with like the writer of How to Train Your Dragon to create some lore with their Christmas and everything, because that's what they
I
kind of
mean,
did
because
with J.K.
technically
Rowling.
we got Christmas trees from Norse like stuff. That's where
Yeah.
we got the idea. Like that's where that kind of came from.
You can throw snow in there. I feel like really easily.
That'd be fun if you could walk through the portal and there's just snow falling.
But that would be cool in the portals to do the snow effect.
I think it'll be pretty. I mean, it's already a beautiful just park in general, and then add Christmas decorations, and it'll be great.
But like Siobhan was saying earlier, I think if they did like creams and golds and whites, not like red and green in Celestial Park, I think that would be really pretty. Or maybe like a deep forest green or like a deep garnet red, but not do like, wham, there's Christmas. If they did like a goldy, creamy Christmas, I think that'd be very classy in there.
Just want to know how big the Christmas tree is going to be and where they're going to put it.
Well, they could fit like a really large Christmas
Yeah.
tree
Yeah.
in Ministry of Magic. That could be gorgeous.
Oh,
Well, that would be
yes,
crazy.
because it's like And it's like French, like Paris,
Yeah.
right? Well, that'd be really pretty.
I could really do an Epcot type thing where with really going in depth with how the Christmas is for each portal. That'd be cool.
Mm.
We're planning on trying to go for the weekend after Thanksgiving, so hopefully they have some of that stuff up. Last little bit of Disney news we have: One Man's Dream has opened as a preview center for what is coming. And we have models of Monstropolis, Tropical America, and Piston Peak. So you can actually go in there and see what the Imagineers have designed and where they're taking inspiration from. I will go on my usual. We don't have any sight of a Villain's Land in here at the same time that they're trying to get Piston Peak going. So I still don't think it's happening. Disney can prove me wrong. I will be fine with it. But you would think there'd be some mention of it on the, hey, here's what's coming and why we're doing all this to Rivers of America. So there's not much there to talk about, but it's cool that if you want to see go walk through there. But we'll take a quick commercial break and we'll be back and talk about our 4 parks in one day at Disney with Siobhan and Allison.
Are you dreaming of your next adventure but overwhelmed by planning? Magical Travel has you covered. With over 24 years in the business, we specialize in Disney destinations, Universal Studios, cruise vacations, and all-inclusive resort getaways. Our services are 100% complimentary when you book a vacation package with one of our knowledgeable agents. Request a free quote to start the planning process at www.magicaltravel.com. Mention our podcast to be connected with one of our agents you are listening to.
I will too. I love it. But yeah, and we're back. So this is part 2 of our Universal training episodes. We got Siobhan and Allison with us because they joined us for our Disney Day, where we decided to conquer all 4 parks in one day. Like, smart
Sorry,
people
guys,
do.
that was my idea.
It was super easy.
Or, 3. Some people
Or
only agree
3.
to for
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, 3.
Yeah.
So we actually started our day by checking out Terra Luna and making a mad dash to Cabana Bay. Like, we started super early. We were out of the hotel at 6 or something like that.
We packed Jason's Tesla full. Like his
Yeah.
trunk did not want to close with our
Had it-
suitcases in it.
I had to slam it shut. It didn't like it. Got to Cabana Bay. We got a lift over to Animal Kingdom where we met Allison. And this is where our day really started because our phones gradually grew with text message groups because we had the 3 between Micah, Terry, and myself. And then we added one with Allison. And then when we pick up Siobhan at Hollywood Studios, she gets in a group. And then we meet Jerry in Magic Kingdom and she gets in the group. So we just ended up having 5 or 6 different group texts
Yes.
that we could all just
Yes.
talk to each other. Animal Kingdom,
And our day started about a little after 8. We met you there, 8:15, 8:20-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got there around then. So we couldn't do early park entry because we were not staying on site. We had the night before, Perry had the idea to do the Lightning Lane multi-pass so that we could ride some stuff while we were there and not have to wait in lines. So she did get that. And then earlier in the week, Allison got us Cosmic Rewind individual Lightning Lanes for while we were at Epcot.
which ended up being really good for us to be able to we got, I think, about 2 rides in every park. And if it wasn't 2 rides, it was at least a ride and an experience. So we didn't set out saying we had to do this to make it official. We just went and did it.
We wanted to enjoy it as much as possible.
Have
Yeah,
a 4-park day without killing ourselves. Like we were not running around acting like crazy people.
But still
Which ones
enjoy
were
stuff.
running?
Like
Yeah.
not just step foot in
We
each
actually
park.
sat down and,
Yeah.
we
We sat down quite a
and
lot.
had, yeah,
We
we did.
Mhm.
We did. Like,
We're
when I think
all
back on
like
it, I'm like,
over.
wow.
Well, Allison's not. I was like, we're all over at least 35 and up, but Allison's younger than us, so
I am 35.
you are 35. Well, there we go.
She's
I
spring
thought you
chicken.
were. I actually thought you were like 27 or 28. So I did not think you were over 30. So good job, Allison.
Good job. Good job.
So Animal Kingdom, we did the safari, which was the safari. It was great. It was fun. Early in the morning safaris.
Early morning.
It's the best to me. Like, they're the most active to me and everything like that.
Yeah, like no better way to start your day than just
And-
that African safari.
I will
Love it.
say, if you're really tired at the end of the day, it's also really great because it's a long, 15, 20 minutes sitting down and relaxing in the worst park in Disney. But that's just my opinion.
Hence
Um,
why I didn't meet you there.
I wanted to be supportive. They did
Like he
HHN
was
for
stuck
me.
with us. So we were like,
Yeah.
Terry and I can go, and then we
Yeah.
can meet you guys at other parks.
We had a very good group because we were like, by no obligation is anyone required to really do anything. If you want to sit something out, feel free.
Which
Mhm.
that
Very lax like that.
beyond our peer pressure, Terry did not get on Everest.
No, but it had dinosaur one last time with Allison, and it was fantastic.
Yes.
Everest was better, but I'm glad you got one last ride on Dinosaur. That is a whole lot of construction walls when you're going in between Everest and the dinosaur area.
You got to really love Dinosaur to make that walk. Not
It is a
gonna lie.
walk down there. Actually, right now reading a young adult book that has 0 in it. So
We didn't do
Boring.
anything else in Animal Kingdom though, right? We just
We had a small photo shoot.
we
Oh, we
did.
did.
We
Yes,
did.
we
We had
did.
the best photographer. You know,
Yeah, he was great. And he's like, "Do you
all
want
the
me to do
photographers
more?"
at Disney are great, but this one, like, we walked away from him.
Yeah.
He still wanted to shoot photos, and we were like, "There's
We gotta
literally like
go.
we were like third in line when we got there, with maybe 2 families behind us, and by the time
Yeah.
he got done with us, it was like 50 to 100 feet long
yeah,
behind
it
it.
felt like there was like 20
And he's
families.
like, "Do you want more?" And we're like,
Yeah,
"You have a whole line of people."
Yeah, we were like, but we did give him a cast compliment for being so thorough, and he was like, gave you direction on where to put your hands and where to look and like all this stuff, and he was fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
so-
got we got a group picture, and then each of the ladies got a solo, like 4 or 5 pictures of posing and everything. It
we
was
did.
great.
It was great.
We did.
And then we made our way out because that's all I can handle of Animal Kingdom.
We had to meet Siobhan at Hollywood Studios. We had to start
Yes.
moving.
yeah.
and we were
And then
hungry.
the buses didn't move till 10, so this was closer to 10.
We just missed that one bus. Like that
Yeah,
is
We did.
the story of my life at Disney.
Well, that was like the story of our day, though. I mean, that's
Yes.
kind of how it
And
was when we were.
empty.
Right.
There was no
Yeah.
one on it, and we were just waving, and they were like,
And
They
they
waved
just.
back
"We gotta stay
saying
on
bye-bye.
schedule, can't stop."
Yeah, it was like we were maybe one stall away, and the bus pulled off, and it's like, oh, well.
Yeah.
And it made it. He
We're like,
made
no,
it.
we
like,
want
look-
that one.
So we saw like 18 of each hotel before we saw another.
20 minutes later, the bus came back.
Yeah.
So made our way over to Hollywood
Yep.
Studios. I'm very horrible right now at remembering anything, even though I have stuff.
You
Written
made a
down.
mad dash to Galaxy's Edge
Yeah,
to
you
get
had to
Yeah.
get
a
your
Ronto wrap.
the
Had to get
breakfast one.
You
Right.
should have seen how
Right.
sweaty this guy was.
So we
This
got
fat
to
boy-
Hollywood Studios and didn't see you for like another 20 minutes till you made it back to
Yeah.
Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah,
Right,
we were
'cause you
ordering
came
our
over to
mobile
Sunset
order food on
Boulevard to meet me because
Yeah.
I got there right at 10:30 to get waffles,
there. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
and you met me
Which-
there.
I
Which
bet
is
those
the-
waffles were delicious.
I think that's the same thing that happened in June too, Siobhan. I mad dashed it to get a Ronto
Right.
wrap, and I came
Right,
back and met
right.
you and Jerry somewhere on Sunset.
Sounds about right.
I love those
Because
Ronto
those are
wraps.
my favorite shops, so I never mind meeting anybody on Sunset Boulevard. I love those shops.
And the Ronto wrap, like you have to have, it's just amazing. It's the best breakfast ever.
It is a good breakfast.
We did get Terry on Rock and Roller Coaster here.
Yes.
Her first ever roller coaster that goes upside down. Is that right?
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Although I can't tell you where in the roller coaster it went upside down.
I
It's
don't, I
within
the
still don't
beginning.
know where I go
5 seconds.
upside down on Rock and Roller
No.
Coaster.
It's the beginning.
Yeah, the very first thing is a back
Is it a full upside down or is it
Yeah.
just more of like a turn?
No, it's full upside down.
Yep.
Mhm.
I
And
don't
there's a couple
remember.
Which is why I'm
corkscrews.
surprised they let us put our bags on the floor. It always shocks me.
Yeah, but that's the only time I felt like my stomach kind of do a flip where I was a little bit worried that everything I just ate was going to come back up. So that makes sense now.
Mhm.
But I did not realize I was, feet over head at any point. So I guess you're just going so fast and it's dark. You have no perception of what's going on around you. But it was very fun.
And while we were riding Rock and Roller Coaster, is this when you guys went and got in line for Tower of Terror? Or was that
We
after?
We did ride. We did ride Tower of Terror while you.
Or
guys
was
were
that
on,
after we
'cause
did
then
Mickey and Minnie's?
I think
as
that
a
was while
group?
y'all did Mickey and Minnie's because
No, you
we
guys-
were
we
hoping
all
that
did
would
Mickey
all
and
make
Minnie's
the
together.
Villain show.
Yeah, we did Mickey and
Oh,
Minnie.
because we got a multiple experience because it was down.
That's right.
Oh, we all did
Yes.
that.
Right.
Yeah, because you guys were going to get in line for Villains, but then we didn't get out of Rock and Roller Coaster in time, so we all rode Mickey and Minnie's together. And then when we walked to Galaxy's
Mhm.
Edge, you guys rode Tower of Terror.
Right.
And
right,
then
right.
we met at
then we
Baseline
met
Tap
at
House.
Baseline,
That's
and that was my
right.
first time at Baseline,
I
and I
cannot
actually
believe that.
loved
Me
That's
it.
the best
I
place
know.
at Hollywood Studios.
I
That was a
know.
Walked
good
by it
I
a
pretzel,
know.
million
The
Allison.
line is
times.
always really, really long. So I never really go there because the line's always long. And I was pleasantly surprised to just be able to walk up. And
So I know
love
that I go
part.
too often, like to Disney World, because I recognize those bartenders. Like they only have, the few,
Oh
and
my
they are
gosh.
regulars. Like that is their, like it's not like the stores where there's probably 100 people that switch out on all the different
Right.
shifts. It
Right.
is like those 4 or 5 people every
awesome.
time I've been.
That's great. Yeah, I definitely will be going back there. That pretzel
Yeah.
was
So good. And that
excellent.
cheese.
Yeah,
So
the
good.
cheese.
Yeah,
We were
right.
able to find seats
Mhm.
outside. That was the other
Yeah,
surprising
but it was
thing.
hot.
Right.
It was
It was
hot. I
really
won't
warm.
say
Yeah.
it wasn't cold or anything, but we were able to sit down. I think I had a mango cart was the beer I had, and then I bought a strawberry lemonade or something like that to go
Yeah,
with.
that was really good.
But yeah, that
You
strawberry
get-
lemonade
yeah.
was good.
And
But
there's
that's
like
not-
nice bathrooms nearby. So you
Mhm.
can sit and people can go rest and go to the bathroom and just,
Well, the best bathrooms are no longer open because that was the
But we
kind
could
of
see
rough.
them from where we were seated.
We could.
No, I made sure that I pointed them out to you and said, "There they are, Jason."
He
We had
was
to
mourning Muppets Courtyard while we sat there and ate a pretzel.
poured a beer out for him and everything.
He
Maybe
wouldn't even face it. He had to face into baseline so that way he
Uh-huh.
couldn't.
And
sad.
then it was time to head out of Hollywood Studios, and we got an amazing lift.
Well,
5 stars
again,
all
we
the
get
way.
to the bus stop and it's pulling away from Magic Kingdom as
Yeah.
we get there.
So we
So
debated
we
if we
missed a
wanted
bus
to do
by that
minivan
much
or a
again.
lift or something. Yeah, so we scrounged up the money and we got a.
We scrounged up the money. Yeah, Siobhan just was like, yeah, I'm not waiting. I'm
Yeah.
ordering that lift because it's right here. Actually, I do Uber.
It was
not
like
Lyft, but-
$20 or something for. I can't remember. It wasn't that bad.
And it was like 96 degrees
Yeah,
and hot.
It was warm.
and this
and our
guy's
lift
car.
In bonus, I
was-
could drop my package that I bought off in my room because I was staying at the Grand. I was like, this is
It's
great. Yes, let's Uber.
perfect.
Let's Uber to the Grand.
And that's where we
I
picked up
did some
Jerry.
shopping at the Grand. I love
Mhm.
those
Yeah.
stores.
It's because people
So we made it over to Grand Flow. Me and Micah sat down and let everybody go
we sat
shop.
in the lobby while they were shopping.
I did
But
some
I know.
Siobhan was really nice and
trading.
brought us some flavored water. I think it had some fruit in it or something, if I remember. Is that right?
No,
Yeah.
no, it was just regular water.
It did
That's
taste
just
a
how
little
it
bit
tastes
like
at the Grand.
Yeah.
It's
it
just better
tasted a
there,
l-
out of the tap.
I don't know. It
did
tasted
not
a
ta-
little
no.
bit like a swamp.
Yeah, I was gonna say it tasted horrible.
It
'Cause
did.
it's-
It
I
tasted
don't know.
like a
I got it at
swamp.
the pool.
Oh,
Yeah.
and then I got Micah and Basin, right? And you were
Oh, I
you
love
did
Yeah.
Basin.
hand
I was just
scrub.
smelling stuff. Yeah.
Well, Allison got she went to trade pins and got like the hardest Disney trivia
right.
questions in
Yes.
the entire world. And the guy obviously was still going to trade her pins. It wasn't like you have to get this right. But I
Well, I
forget
want
what
to
his
know what this
questions
trivia
were.
question
It was what is the smallest Disney princess, like in terms of stature, like size?
The
Oh,
smallest.
pick me. Pick me. Pick
Siobhan.
me. It's Queen something or other from A Bug's Life.
I still don't
She's
know the
right.
name.
Pixar.
Princess.
Yeah, but
Oh, it's her name's Princess. I don't remember her name. It's not Anna. Anna's the Hayden Panettiere voices her from A Bug's Life. I do know that as the
But she's an
one.
ant, so
And that's a Pixar movie. I mean, are they considering that still
yeah,
Disney?
because Merida's also
Yeah,
a princess.
apparently.
Because
Oh,
that
That
was
was
not
not
a
a hint.
Disney princess.
He did say that it was a Pixar movie. After it was us and like 2 other people, and they couldn't get it. He was like, "It's between this year and this year." We literally named like every other Pixar movie but A Bug's Life. We're like, Cars, like. But and there was another
Princess
question he had to
Ada.
affiliate.
ATTA. Princess
Ada.
Ada.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
Ada.
I said Anna,
say
but
tomorrow.
Ada. Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. That's a good one to keep up here.
I know,
Yeah.
I'd already forgotten. I knew it was Bug's Life, but I didn't remember her name.
I always separate them, even though I know Merida is considered a Disney princess. They had a whole ceremony for her at Magic Kingdom, but it's like he's the only one they had the
Pixar.
ceremony for.
Mm.
So after Magic
Mhm.
Kingdom, we took a monorail, my favorite attraction.
Grand Flow.
Well, you completely skipped over what we did at Magic Kingdom.
No, I said
So we
we
went from
went
well,
from
you
Grand
said
Flow to
Magic
Magic.
Gr-
Okay, well,
yes,
we went from
we
Grand
did.
Flow to Magic Kingdom on the monorail,
we did.
and then we ran into rain. Not really.
Well, we
what
rode
did we
Space
do?
Beak and
Mountain.
We rode Space
Yeah,
Mountain.
Space Mountain first.
Well, they rode People Mover, so
Yeah.
the 3 of us rode
And got
Space
stuck
Mountain
on it.
on People Mover. Yeah.
That's
So now
right,
that we have
that's
Jerry,
right.
we
Because
took
whose
great
famous words? I think it
pictures.
was Jerry that was like, we shouldn't ride this because what if we get stuck? And then we got stuck on it. Was it
We all
Terry or
got like
Allison? What did I forget?
we said last
I
week with
forget.
Velocicoaster yelling at Terry. We had the idea that after the fact of getting off Space Mountain that we should have yelled to see it.
Mm-mm.
So
It
we
was
were
Jerry.
then it was like we just yelled Jerry, Allison, and Siobhan, and we didn't. But it would have been fun.
I also wouldn't
Uh,
know where in the ride you yell that.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Just
where we.
anywhere.
Just the whole time. The
Yeah.
whole time. We're just like, Allison, Siobhan,
Over
Jerry.
and over.
Just 'cause
Siobhan!
you hear the people
Allison!
scream. So if you hear somebody like they would have been like, "Oh, I heard somebody say Siobhan," because that's not a common name.
Correct.
That's
But
right. You should
Allison
have
being like,
said
"Somebody's
that.
yelling Allison."
It's like the day before when we had gone to Pecos Bill, myself, Jerry, and Heather,
Oh.
and we couldn't. We all separated. Like our food was ready, but somebody was going to get a table, and then all of a sudden, I am walking through looking for people, and all of a sudden I hear Siobhan, and I was like,
Heather yelled
gotta
it,
be
and
Heather
I
yelled my name so loud.
right in my ear. I think she startled the 5 tables nearest to us, like as if there was
So
an
I walked
emergency.
over. I'm like, "Hi, everybody. I'm Siobhan. I'm Siobhan."
So we got a text message when we got off there. Hey, we'll meet you at Beak and Barrel. We had gotten like 6 reservations leading into this, and we finally figured out what time we wanted to go. It was
4
full,
reservations.
Yes. But I mean, I can exaggerate some. We can brag now that it's done because we try to be nice and polite, saying we got a couple. You know, we didn't want to say we had all these, but we met Jerry, Allison, and Siobhan over there at Beak and Barrel, which is a good little spot, but very strict. What did y'all think of it overall?
So they have a
It's an
45-minute
experience.
time limit, and it's
Mhm.
from the moment you sit down.
Yeah.
And I don't think it should be the moment that you sit down. I think it should be when you get your first drink, because
Yeah.
it's a 2-drink minimum, maximum, so that's fine. But max, sorry.
It
but
takes a while to get your drink.
you're dependent upon your server. Like, you're dependent upon your server, how
Our
fast
guy
he
was
is.
long-winded
Yeah.
Well,
when
and
it came to telling us about things.
To kind of go back to Tucson, when we had dinner there the night, like a couple nights before,
Sure.
we had free alcohol for the first hour, right, or first half hour, something like that. And by the
First
time
hour.
she brought our drinks, we were like, "Hey, we need
Over 30 minutes in.
Yeah, we need another.
Go ahead and do
drink
another
now."
round.
And she never
'cause-
came back after the second round to see if anybody wanted anything else. But that was kind of like what happened here. He came and gave us our drinks 30 minutes in, and he's like, "Do you want anything?" I was like, "You just gave me this one. I don't
Well,
know
he
if I
did
like it or
say
not."
when he dropped them off, he's like, most people go ahead and order their next one now if they're getting another one, since they have a 45-minute time limit.
But I mean, if you're not drinking it like right off the bat,
Yeah.
you order another one.
Yeah.
You can't take it out. So what do you got to chug what you're drinking and chug what the one that you're bringing again.
Yeah, I think it
I
was
mean-
also, I don't know if it's because we were a larger group, but, I had been, a few days earlier, just me and Ashley had gone, and it definitely didn't feel as rushed. Like, yes, like, as soon as he brought our drinks, like, he went ahead and brought us the check, like, everything was, like, ready to go. But, I mean, I had plenty of time to drink my drink. We looked around a little bit. Like, the 45 minutes didn't disappear like it did with a group of 6. It just...
Mhm.
I actually didn't believe her at first when she was like, "Your time is up." I had lost track of time.
And she was super nice, super sweet
Yeah,
about it.
wasn't rude.
Hey, it's been 45 minutes. We need you to kind of finish up, and you can't take your drink out, but kind of hurry.
And
Mhm.
if you want the action, you have to be like in the main room, or at least be able to see in the main room. Because being a larger group, we also had a larger booth, which was in the back corner. So when the pirate action happened, I don't even know what was really going on. The lights flickered and you could hear them singing, but we didn't see any of that from where we were singing. So if you do want to see the show, quote unquote, make sure you get a table in or near the main room.
And the way I understand it is that the main room is more for the 2-3 people, like those type of groups, the smaller groups, and then where we were sitting were made for the bigger group. So you will want to make some time to walk around and see everything that's in there to have.
Now that main room is a lot more noisy than where we were too. Like when we were in
Yeah.
there, it was a lot louder.
Pub
Because-
feeling, like,
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Siobhan and I were like taking some pictures. Like there's some ships that are technically in the room we were in that was doing a little thing, and we were trying to get pictures and videos of that as we were leaving. What did you guys think of your drinks?
I like mine.
'Cause I didn't
my
like
favorite
mine.
thing is
Mine
that
was
the cup
terrible.
was so cold. Yeah, yours was
Yeah.
didn't
The
look
was so
margarita
bad.
is
That
the
was
best
so
one in
cold.
my opinion.
yeah.
The
I had the
margarita's
margarita,
good.
so it's pretty good.
You
I
had
don't
the
know what I
rum
had.
punch, right? You had the rum punch.
I guess.
You did.
I'm
I don't
old.
even know what
Because
I got.
I'm
It was even like a mule
yours
cup,
was like a
and it was
mule, wasn't
freezing.
it? Like a
It was very cold.
mine was like the
I didn't get a mule.
Siren's Whisper or something, and it just
Jerry got
tasted.
the one that had gin.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
You had the one that was super strong.
it tasted like bad alcohol smells, in my opinion. Like it was not good.
It's
Allison's
very
like, it's not
strong.
bad if you sip it.
Yeah, I think I took a little swig of it and it was like, ooh.
It was blue, right? Was
It
it
was
blue,
blue.
like mermaid?
It was
yours
so
or
It's
something?
like a little
pretty.
like goblet
Yeah.
type
Mhm.
coupe or something, whatever they're called.
Yeah.
It was really cute. It was pretty, but it tasted terrible. I felt it by the end. Like I guess I needed to eat
Yeah.
more that day, but
You would have
it
thought
was not
Terry would have
yummy.
felt it by the end, how we ended Magic Kingdom. But we
Yeah.
went to
Different
after Beak and
brains.
Barrel, we had to go, of course, on Pirates of the Caribbean. So we went right
Absolutely.
through. I think it was like a 10-minute wait. We never really stopped walking. We just went straight
No.
on the ride, rode it, had fun, enjoyed ourselves. And
Came out
when
of
we
Pirates and it was pouring.
yes,
Had to
100%
all buy
going for it.
ponchos, or those of us who didn't already have them.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Some people came prepared. I did
You know,
not.
when Jerry says, "Are you prepared for the rain?" and I say, "No, I'm not. Not today. I didn't. I just brought my belt bag. I didn't bring a poncho, anything. So I probably bought my 20th Disney poncho, which, you know, I always prepare my clients, have a poncho with you because it's going to rain. But
Mhm.
did I have a poncho with me? No.
We did look at the radar a
But
little
guess
bit.
who was very prepared? I'll tell you who was very prepared was Terry.
Terry
Yes.
was so prepared.
Shoe covers, poncho, everything.
Yes.
I might have fallen later with the shoe covers.
She
I
had
got all
hers
terrain.
How
on.
did those shoe covers work out for you? How did they work
My
out for you?
shoes stayed absolutely dry. They're brand new white sneakers, so I wanted to make sure I didn't get them dirty, which I did not. I did bust my phone, if anyone can see.
I didn't know
And
that.
Yeah, I didn't know
well,
that either.
because it didn't happen the day after. I had one green stripe. Then it progressively got another green. Some of them are pink stripe, and I have 5 now. But it stopped. So, and I am getting a new phone, but that requires going and waiting at the Apple store, and I just haven't decided to take that on yet.
Well, at least you didn't have any other injuries.
Oh, I was
Right.
bruised all up in here. Like my
I'm not
elbow.
surprised.
It looked like, because I self tan, but it looked like I had like a splotch of self tanner that didn't rub in right there on my elbow, and then my back and down here were bruised near my hip.
You hit
But I wasn't
the
as sore.
yeah.
It wasn't
You
as
hit
sore as I thought.
those brick steps hard. Like I watched your feet come out from under you because I was right behind you.
And the
but the
grown up
best part
version
of
of the
this-
kid from rescued
Yeah,
me.
that's the best part was
Yes.
a grown adult man in a Russell costume comes running over. Ma'am, do you need help? Like
And he
just
looked
full on.
exactly like that character, but a
you
grown
okay?
man, like brown
Are
hair,
you
little
sure?
chubby, real sweet looking. I
Yeah.
mean,
And me and Jerry
I
were
should
off to
also
the
add that
side.
it was the Mickey's Very Merry, not so
Not
scary.
so
Halloween
scary
party.
Halloween
Yeah.
party.
this is not a grown. Sorry, you're right. This is not a grown man that dressed like that all the time. I hope.
So me
He
and
just
Jerry
goes to
were
Magic Kingdom that way.
me and Jerry were standing right outside the bathrooms waiting for everybody to get out, and we were just talking. We hear, and then we look back and there's Terry getting up, and it's just, oh my
I
god!
mean, it was straight up cartoon. Both feet came out like I was walking on ice. I mean,
Yep.
didn't brace
Just-
myself, didn't catch myself. It was.
No. I just
done.
knew you hit your head. Like I just knew.
I was gonna say, but yeah, I was gonna say, but all
You
things
hit your
considered, it was best case scenario.
no, she
'cause
didn't. Like I'm
No.
shocked.
Nothing was
Okay,
bleeding.
yeah.
Nothing was broken. My head didn't get hit. I mean, so all things considered, it was, and we walked it off. Like we
We
went right
did.
out, got on the monorail, and kept on trucking.
We did.
We did,
to
uh,
get to our
trooper.
fourth
You were
park
a
of the
trooper.
day.
And I was sober. Thank you. Oh, we forgot that we stopped at the DVC.
Yeah,
and
Oh,
I
the
had a
BBC
snack.
Lounge with Jerry.
Mhm.
As it was
Never been in
raining.
one of those before,
Mhm.
so we felt, or I felt very special. I've never been in one, so I was
And we-
like, well, this is where the fancy people go.
Yeah, it's in the old shooting gallery, so it's just right around the corner from Pirates, and it was still raining pretty heavily, so we were able to go in there, kind of wait the weather out, get a drink, get some snacks, dry off a little bit, and then
I think I got hot chocolate.
Yeah. Thank you, Jerry. It was
Yeah, it
very
was
Yeah.
great.
nice.
yes, thank you for letting us go in there. She won't ever come on the podcast, but she let us go on DVC, so we'll take that.
It was nice to sit down in there. Like we had a nice little area. We could all just kind of, again, a lot of sitting. Like we sat at Beak and
Yeah.
Barrel for 45 or a little over 45 minutes. We're sitting in the DVC lounge. We sat at Hollywood Studios for a while, like while we were eating and making kind of a game plan. So we were not
Sat at
pushing
Phase One.
ourselves. Yeah. We sat at baseline. Yeah, so we definitely did not like push ourselves. Did I still end up with like almost 12 miles walked that
Yeah,
day?
for sure.
Yes. But we didn't push ourselves because it could have been probably closer to 20 if we really wanted to push ourselves.
So we made it over to Epcot. This was probably the least favorite part of my time, even though it was my least. I don't know how to say it, but I was more
You
worried
were
about this
least
time.
excited for this
Yeah.
part of the day.
I love Epcot to death. It's my favorite park, but I mean, based off of the deal me and Terry had of she's going to HHN, she's picking my food out. I didn't know what was fixing to happen.
I don't even think I saw you try anything.
I did.
I think
He
he
did.
still
I did
got
try a
him
lot.
try
I didn't try a
the
lot because we
espresso
didn't get a lot.
martini.
Yeah. Well, we were
Like,
both, I guess, full. I
She
mean,
went really easy on him.
I
I would not.
did.
I would not. If I was picking the food, the escargot would have been the
Well,
first thing.
Let's wait for that for a second because we
All
did
right, all
start
right.
by going to Cosmic Rewind first and riding
Getting
that.
Terry on that for the first
That was
time.
the best ride I've ever been on in my life, I will say. And I'm glad I
It
got to do it
beats
with you
Flight of
guys.
Passage now. It beats
Oh,
Flight of
yeah.
Passage. Okay.
Yeah, I told my husband beats Flight
Oh,
of
yeah.
Passage.
It was
And that
so
was
fun. Literally one of
It's
my favorite
great.
things.
Does anybody remember what our song was?
Disco Inferno.
Yeah, Disco Inferno. You're right.
It was,
and now
yeah.
they've
Great group,
changed the way
great song.
Lightning Lane works for that too. Because when we went, it was right before they changed it. Everybody gets into the first room and it all crowds in, and now they divide out Lightning Lanes on one side and General Pop is on the other, and it goes through both rooms like that. So Lightning Lane gets first dibs on going into the line, which I think
like
is
that.
pretty nice because you are paying for that, so you should get that privilege.
Mhm.
But that was my second time on that coaster. I enjoy it. I'm glad Terry got on it.
It's great.
And this is the only park we only rode one ride.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's because we wanted to focus on Food and Wine Festival more than we wanted to do anything else. Like I wanted to ride Living with the Land or Spaceship Earth or stuff like that. But like, okay, we'll just do whatever.
We started,
In the
the
worst area
unpopular
ever.
opinion, we started in Canada.
We went the wrong
We
way.
went that way first. Well, I don't know. Terry got you the
It's a filet with
the
mushrooms and
filet.
gravy.
It was
or
delicious. Mashed potatoes.
Yes, what is marshmallows?
And
That's what
I
Trevor.
got
And
the
an espresso
bacon and cheddar
martini.
soup, an espresso martini.
While we were eating,
This is the
this
worst part.
mom, because we're eating on the traditional.
You got to eat on the trash
Yeah,
can.
we're eating on the trash
Gotta eat
can.
on the trash can.
That's what everybody does. And we're all just standing there,
On
just
gourmet
talking and
table.
enjoying ourselves. And this mom comes and literally throws her son's head in the
She's like, I'm
trash
so
can.
sorry, move. Like she was very,
Slams
very
the
good
trash
about
can.
warning everyone.
And
Trash
this
can
kid
lid
just
slammed open.
he vomits for a good few minutes into that
Everything.
trash can.
He
And I'm
already
like, I
vomited all
hope
over the
that's not what he
sidewalk
has.
that we didn't
Yeah.
see.
Yeah. And we looked over and like there's a guy, I guess it was his dad, standing there like, hey, don't step here. There's a big old pile of vomit in the middle of the walkway.
Mm.
Usually you hear about
normally when you're at Epcot, you expect that to be adults throwing
what I was
up
gonna
in trash
say.
cans.
like drinking around the world or something like that. But this is a little kid. And
I
Allison's
kind of
like,
felt bad for him.
Allison's like, there's an open trash can right over there. She could have taken it too. And she's right. I mean, there
Instead
was
of the
one that
one-
had like no flaps on it.
Yeah, there was, but I
But
mean,
it's
it was
probably
probably
just the
one
first thing she saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, any of us
There's
would have been the
nothing
same
worse
way.
than your kid covering their mouth and being like, I'm going to be sick, and you trying to find somewhere for them to be sick.
And then you have to tell everybody who's trying to eat food on the trash can.
And I vomit so easily. Seeing or smelling or hearing someone vomit, I was like, I don't
I-
know what I grabbed. I think I grabbed a martini and you were eating the
think
food.
you
I was like, you have to bring the food over here. I can't go anywhere near that area or
Mhm.
I'm going to start vomiting and it's not
I
going to
think
be
I
great.
looked at my soup and I was like, I think I'm done now. Like, I
That
think
looks
Yeah,
a
I'm
I
lot
think
like
that's
what
I'm
your
yours
good.
had. So we
It
made our way. Yeah. Made our way around slowly because it was pretty crowded that night.
That's
It
the
was
only
also
thing.
getting
It was
close.
very crowded.
So crowded.
Since we got there late and rode all the rode Cosmic the way we wanted to, the Luminous crowd had started to kind of form around and we were trying to make our way through everybody. We went to Brazil next. No?
I got to look through my pictures. I took a
Did we go
picture of
straight to
everything.
Brazil? I mean, yeah, obviously we
Like,
we
lingered
walked-
through the others.
Yeah, but the next spot we stood in line to get food was Brazil. We
And
did
that
the
took
cheese
a
bread
while.
because
Yeah,
they
that
were
took a
making
long
fresh
while.
It was
bread.
so worth it because that
Oh my
cheese
God.
bread was so good.
was
Yes,
hot
the
and
bread,
fresh.
That was good.
It was
It was
really
fresh,
good.
but it just tasted like doughy bread to me.
It was cheesy. It was the
It was
cheese
really
in the
good
middle.
doughy
Didn't
bread.
taste any cheese to me. It just tastes
Well, that
like
was my contribution to Jason trying things around the world was the Brazilian cheese bread, which I think is fantastic. I love
Like,
it. I got it last
I would
year.
get it again. I'm
Is
not
that
saying I
when we
wouldn't.
then got water in Morocco? When did we stop for water? Or was that just me? I think I'm getting my nights confused.
I think so
But-
because
Yeah.
then
Me, Siobhan, and Jerry went to Morocco to get water.
because then
Yeah,
after we
'cause we
ate the
met
bread, we
y'all.
started walking.
Yeah, y'all went ahead of us.
I had to
At
go
one
pee,
point.
and then Allison did too. So we went to the bathrooms in
America.
America
Yeah,
because Terry
Yes.
was in line at Japan for the
Yes.
Wagyu.
Which was terrible.
horrible. Absolutely
Ugh.
disgusting.
Mhm.
Not
Yeah, I
good.
tried some of it.
Yeah,
It was
that was
not
not
good.
very good. That was
No.
not.
No. That was the
No.
biggest
We
met in
disappointment
America.
of
Yeah.
the night.
And then we met up in America, and I got a moonshine sour, which was delicious.
Delicious.
And Siobhan, because in Canada you got the Ottawa apple, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
then I got the moonshine, and then I got. Did I get something there? I don't remember if I got a drink in Canada.
I get the Tennessee lemonade.
And then you got the
Yes.
Tennessee lemonade in America, which I've had before inside Regal Eagle. That thing was so strong when we
Yeah.
got it inside.
I think we just had
I like it
something-
from inside.
We had just grabbed something from Japan and brought it over, so like to drink.
Because you met us over there.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what the drink was.
Was this
but it
under
was
the
pretty good.
boba?
Yeah, I think so.
Something like that.
But then we sat
And then we
in
kinda just-
America for a little bit.
And
And
listen to the music.
nice band.
Yes.
Yeah.
Play.
Because I interrupted Siobhan's stories a few times trying to get on her stories, but then she re-recorded them without me.
She was doing a great job.
I don't do that.
Siobhan's great at content.
She is.
We
She
would
is.
forget to do content. Like we would be enjoying things and like talk and forget.
We'd be
Look
talking
over it.
about
Oh, yeah.
what content we want to do and then not do it.
Yeah, and then she's over there doing it
It's
while we're
hard
talking
because-
about it. She's great.
Allison does it too. I mean, but she does a great job. I like drinking around the world doing it because, as my friend Jerry's son Britton says, I get more breezy as the day goes.
I like that. Breezy.
Me too. But the drinks just weren't hitting. I just was full. I just said was tired. So they just weren't hitting. But where did we go? We ended up going to Morocco at the end, though. Did we
Y'all
go even
might have.
around to?
We
We did.
split off.
Yeah, because we were gonna
After
go
America.
shopping. Because
'cause
we
had to go
were
shopping.
we were like, oh, we're gonna finish our loop around, and then we were gonna go shopping, and we're like, we can be done and headed back to Skyliner before Luminous ends because you guys are getting ready to leave. And
Okay.
Jerry's like, if we're not out of here by this time, like I'm leaving you guys. Like I'm not going
Yeah.
with this crowd. And Terry and I walked around shopping for too long, and we were right in the middle at the end of the Luminous crowd, so we did
So
not miss
we
the
Literally
decided-
the
crowd.
longest
Going
Skyliner
In the wrong
line
direction.
I've ever seen.
Yeah,
We decided that we were
we
going
were
to walk
fish
up to the
swimming
front.
upstream.
It was bad.
We wanted to try to get pictures in front of the spaceship Earth with the lights on. The lights don't go on for Luminous. So we walked all the way to the front of the park, didn't get pictures there with PhotoPass. We ended up just taking pictures on our phone.
Mm-hmm.
And then we
Mhm.
started slowly
We wanted
making
it
the
to be
way
different
back.
colors, but it was just white,
And
which
So,
was
then
yeah,
we
fine.
got to the Skyliner finally, and the line was as expected, but just
It was backed up almost all the
Too
way
far.
to, yeah, like
And here's-
way.
We should have gone to Boardwalk because we joked leading up to this that we'd go in front of Flying Fish and get a picture in front of Flying Fish because we did do our picture in
Yeah.
front of Birgitine to send to Rachel.
That's right.
Oh,
We
we
did.
did.
That's right.
Mhm.
We did stop in there because you got a beer
You did
in
a beer.
Germany.
So we had to do that, and I was like, we should have gone to Boardwalk. Just walked a little bit over there and gotten the picture of in front of Flying Fish, but we were all tired, so we just walked into Beach Club and got an Uber to Pop Century.
and we
Which
should
really
have
wasn't
actually
that
gotten
bad.
the Uber from Beach Club, but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
got
because we walked
live
all the way to Yacht Club. I'm sorry.
renovations wrong.
Yeah, we walked to Yacht. There was only like 3 or 4 of us waiting for Ubers and Lyfts out there, so we got it to drop Allison off at her at Pop Century, and then we rode back to Cabana Bay. And that was a day starting at around 8:15 at the park and not exiting a park until close to 9:30. So it was
Yeah.
a long day for us 35 plus people.
But like Siobhan said, I think if we would have done Epcot, like this is the very last day of this whole trip. I think if we
Mhm.
would have done it before, I think we were all exhausted when the day started.
I couldn't
Yeah.
tell from all the sitting we did.
And then,
And
then like
mean,
we just ate. And I don't even think we ate that much, but I think we were all just so tired and
I kind of
just
wish it hadn't have been a party night because I do think we would have enjoyed it more had we got
Yeah.
to do Epcot before Magic Kingdom.
Right.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But
Agreed.
our hands were tied on that.
Yeah,
Because
because it
that's
was
the
the only
usual
day we
way I
could
do
do it.
4 days in a park or 4 parks in a day is Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, Epcot, and Magic Kingdom. Because I like to be in Magic Kingdom at night versus
Yeah.
Epcot.
Finish with the fireworks.
Yeah. But it was a great day. I would do it again.
Yeah. We definitely didn't have kids with us.
Yeah, that
We
made it
didn't.
way
This is
more
adults,
simple.
and we could fall off and jump back in whenever we wanted. No one was dragging children along, which
Correct.
would have made us a lot worse.
Which I think
I
that
do
was
just want to say this about Siobhan is she can talk to anybody. We were on the monorail and I loved her conversation with the guys from Wales.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Like that
the Welsh
was the
guys.
best like conversation standing there listening. Like, she's like, "Where are you guys from?" Like she heard their accent and then she's just talking to them like, "You guys single?" You know, showing them pictures. Like, it was
Yeah.
great.
Are you single? Are you single? I have a daughter.
Yeah.
Not into that. I have a son. Well,
Yeah.
he's not into that, but hey, you never
Yeah.
know.
Never
And they said
know.
your daughter was beautiful. They did think she was beautiful.
Yeah.
And she is, but like I just
Yeah.
love to be there and see those interactions because I also just like to talk to people, but it was just so fun and how engaged they were too. Like they were very much like engaging in that conversation and wanted to partake and enjoyed it as well.
Yeah. I think
I
I
think you
gave
ha-
them some advice too of where they were going and not
Yes.
Right,
going to the
because
right place.
we
and
really
it
aren't
steered
taking
them.
you're taking the monorail to the TTC to take a bus to the next park. You should have just taken the bus from the front of Magic
Right.
Yeah.
Kingdom. They were like, "Oh, we could do
They were
that."
nice guys.
I think you have to be too after because that was already a long day for everybody after rain and everything. So that those guys were enjoying themselves, and you have to be able to talk to people, and that is what makes Disney a little bit better than Universal. There's a lot more open conversation between the guests. Like Universal kind of feels like you're there with your people, you're doing your thing, and
Mhm.
Disney's very much as a family.
I like talking to people.
I'm glad that you came
Same.
on a podcast to talk to people. Cut that
Still
out.
mad y'all didn't.
With a bunch of strangers.
You did.
My husband was like, "What are you gonna do if you get down there?" And it's weird. I was like, "I've got a credit card. I'm 40 years old. I can call an Uber and go check into another hotel and just say, 'See you later, guys. I don't know who you are. I'm going home tomorrow.'" I was like, "I
know.
don't think it'll happen, but
I feel like I knew you before. Like though, it's
I know
because I talked to you.
It's a very
often.
good group of people, and like doing the 4 parks and doing Epic, and this is a great group to do it with because you're doing it with what I call theme park people who like we're a group, but when you walk it, like we're all walking to Space Mountain, we don't have to walk 5 in a row and stay as a
Mhm.
group. It's like you know how to get through the crowds and weave through people and get somewhere, and like everyone's fine with that. No one's getting offended that they were left behind, or it's like here's where we're going. We all know where we're going, and we're gonna stay on task, and we're gonna do this thing instead of like pulling people along, or like everyone's like, what do we do next? What do we do next? Being the ringleader. So it was it's kind of stress free to be with other adults that like 'cause
Know
with
what
my
they're
husband-
doing in the parks.
Yeah, my husband and kids, like I'm the ringleader. Like I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, this is next on the list. All right, let's go over here now. So it was nice to.
Yeah, sometimes I like to just I want to be the park princess. Like, I want someone
Yes.
else just to tell me where to be. Now, those who know me know I do like a plan. I like there to
Yeah.
be a plan,
Do not go in there with no plan.
but I'm okay if it's someone else's plan. If you just want to
Yes.
tell me exactly where we're going, I love a day in Disney where I don't have to think about what I'm doing next.
Right.
Yes. Or like I got to order quick service now because we want to eat by this time. So I
Yeah,
got to
I
order it
will
now so
say-
we can walk there and pick it up. And
Like we didn't really, other than the breakfast that we didn't sit down and actually eat a proper meal all day. Like we just kind of nibbled on stuff. Like we didn't sit there and say, "Hey, let's order X. Like, we need to go sit down and do we need to do a mobile order or something like that."
I do think that helped a lot not having like to battle reservations, like dinner reservations, restaurant reservations, because a lot of times that does kind of gum up some of your plans. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
well, we want to go on Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't know. There's really nowhere good to have reservations in Magic Kingdom.
Skipper
We want to go
Canteen.
on like Guardians, but we have a reservation in Germany in 15 minutes. So we can't, they're so far apart, So I think that also helped us with not being tied to food all day. We just picked it up when we needed it.
I just think it was so hot that we just didn't want to eat because we really like got our food and was eating like as the sun was kind of going down at Epcot.
Yes.
Siobhan, I have a nice little story to tell. So,
Okay, yeah, no problem.
And mine, Siobhan and Jerry's, like last day, we did a little park hopping, but we were at Hollywood Studios, and I really wanted popcorn. I didn't just want a single serve, so I went ahead and bought a souvenir bucket, knowing that I did not have room to take it home. On my last morning, I went to Magic Kingdom just for a little bit, and you will never believe it, but there was this sweet little couple beside me, and the lady goes, "Where do you get those buckets? That is just so cute." And they were celebrating like their 57th wedding anniversary. So
Oh.
as I got off the bus, I actually said, "Well, today's my last day, so how about you just take this one?" And she was just like, I feel like I'd never really gotten to make some of those magical moments. And so
Yeah.
it made me really excited.
So I love that. I love doing that. And Jerry and I, on our last day at Universal, we had the express pass because we didn't go in to the parks for the arrival day. So between us, we had 5 express passes because Rachel had given me hers. And I stood near the bus stop outside of Terra Luna for the bus that was going to Islands of Adventure and to Studios. And I waited there, and everybody that came up, I was like, "Are you going to the original parks today?" "Yes." "Do you have express pass?" The first couple of people, "Yes, yes, yes." Well, then a family of 5 came up. It was 3 boys or 4. I think I had 6 then, because I think Rachel gave me her 2. I had 2 and Jerry had 2. And it was a family of 6. There were 4 boys. And I was like, "Oh, are you going to the classic parks?" "Yes, we're heading to Islands of Adventure." "Do you have express pass?" "No, we don't." I was like, "Well, today's your lucky day." And like there was a cast member. What do they call them there at
Team
Universal?
members.
Team member.
Team member. There was a team member there. And she was like, "This is the greatest thing." And I loved that
Yes.
Yeah.
we could do that for them.
Yeah.
Because you know what it would have been for a family of 6 to get express pass?
lot.
So
Yes.
The woman
expensive.
was like, "Oh my God, can I hug you?" Like she was so happy. So I know that's a great feeling, Allison.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm glad that you could do that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
But
Mhm.
anytime you can pass off the popcorn bucket or like the big balloon you get at Disney World that
Mhm.
you can't take back on the plane, we've
Yeah.
given that away to another family on our last day out because we would tie it to the stroller so you could find the stroller and then give it to a kid walking in on their first day coming into the park and they're like, "Oh my God, this is the best
Yeah.
thing." Anytime that you have a chance to
Yeah.
just make someone say better, as we talked about all the price increases earlier, I mean, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And by no means is this a pat on the back to any of us of doing this. Like this is encouragement for you to do it on your own with whatever you can. If you have
Yeah.
a popcorn bucket or something like that, just if you're going to throw it away, don't like give it to somebody. Just have fun.
I mean,
with it.
even just like, I feel like that's a big difference between like Disney and Universal. When we were there in November, Kova lost actually 2 teeth while we were there. And this really nice lady on the bus heard Kova talking about how he lost his tooth at Epcot. And she snuck us a little goodie bag that had a stuffed Stitch in it. And it had like a whole little thing how her mom had passed away the year before and Disney was her happy place. And they were there just to like pixie dust people and give them things. And they're like,
Aw.
"Please, like, let this be a gift for him because he lost this." Like, if, just what it was just the sweetest thing. Like, we're just on this crowded bus leaving the
That's
park.
so
And this
nice.
lady was
Yeah.
like, snuck it to Robert, like, "Hey, let this be a surprise for him. Like, you can tell him that Tinkerbell left it," like, whatever it is, like, whatever you want to do. But like, just know, like, this is why. And then she had like the little note in there about why they do it. And it was just, it made
Aw.
like, that was like at the beginning of our trip, and it kind of just made the trip like really like special and sweet that
Yeah.
Kova remembers that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's great. I love doing that.
And I think that says a lot about Disney. They kind of set the standard of pixie dust, magic anyway. Sometimes they can make your day more magical. They do. So it kind of makes you want to make somebody else's day more magical because you realize how it feels when it happens to you. And I think that's one of like the biggest things I love about Disney. Not that I don't love Universal, Jason, but like you said, it's a completely different vibe sometimes at Disney. Like it's a magical bubble of nice people for the most part, and just you want to do things there that you might not want to do every day in the real world because other people are doing nice things to you, and it's a very good family, awesome experience.
Yeah.
The very first time I ever had like quote unquote pixie dust was actually at Universal, and that's why ET I love ET so much. Was we were wearing our Just Engage pins, and we went over there, and the team member let us in the back door for ET. So that's like one of my things.
Oh.
we don't never go in expecting anything given to us. So one time, I think it was last year, I think when we met with you, Allison, 4th of July weekend, we went into Magic Kingdom one day and we were ordering something and Travis wanted the cotton candy. And we had already paid for it. And Travis was like, I really want the cotton candy. I'm like, no, well, we already paid. And the cast member was like, here, have it. I'm like, are you sure? It's like, yeah, sure, have it.
Right,
I'm like,
right,
okay. So
right.
it's just that little thing of like, it's disposable. They're going to throw that thing, like either
It's
somebody's going to
just
buy it or they're going to throw it away.
because it doesn't last forever. I
No.
mean, once
Right.
it starts deflating, they have to throw it out.
So they know that they don't need to hold on to everything all the time. And you don't get that all
Clearly,
the
with
time
these
in
price increases, they make enough money to be able to do that.
Yeah, they do. We won't go
It's
back
like
in.
a 300% markup on cotton candy.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It costs
Which-
them like 3 cents to make it, and they sell it for $10.
It's great. I mean, that's what the merchandise is. It costs $10 for the shirt and they sell it for $60.
Uh-huh.
So that's where, if you really want to get picture, that's what. Mention one thing before we start getting really off topic. We did do Disney Springs. Micah left early the next morning, went to Disney Springs for a little bit. I think this is important to share because Terry had a pretty big encounter at Disney Springs. Me and her rode together, brought my car over. She brought her luggage in my car, and we met up with Siobhan and Allison to do some shopping. And
And
then
then I was going
Terry-
to Uber to the airport.
and she had a nice something we didn't know.
Where you park at Disney Springs and where you Uber are two completely different spots. You have to go through Disney Springs to get to them. If you take luggage, if you plan to take luggage through Disney Springs, they check it like TSA does. Like they open it up and they go through everything. And I was telling Jason, they really didn't even want to do that. The lady was really nice. She wanted me to call my friend and have my friend come and then drop me off at the Uber location. And I just kind of fibbed a little bit. And I was like, he's busy. He can't come back to his car right now. That's why I'm here by myself. He unlocked it from his phone and everything. And she's like, well, I guess I can go through it. Like she kind of started off a little sassy. But I noticed she was from Puerto Rico and I've been there on vacation. So I started talking about that and she softened up, but she was definitely a little spicy Puerto Rican. And she's like, she's like, we just have to go through everything like it's TSA. So like I did have a pair of like sewing scissors in there because we had been cutting stuff for HHN and all that stuff. And I had to throw those out. And all my stuff that I had neatly folded and stuff was kind of tossed about because I just threw it all back in there because I was in a hurry to get to the Uber. So if your clients ever suggest that they are going to spend a day at Disney before they fly out, they either need to use some service that takes their luggage to the airport for them or something because they don't really want you to roll it around Disney Springs. And there used to be services at Disney Springs that would hold it, but they stopped in 2020 and they don't do that anymore.
So did you have to roll all your luggage from one end of Disney Springs to the other?
Which that was easy. There's elevators. I was like, it's a carry-on, a regular bag. I don't have a problem with that. And there was like a line of people behind me, and there's only 2 people in security, and so I had to take up one of those people to go through both of my bags. And like she squeezed every little shirt, every pant, like you would if you got like a TSA search. Like it took an extra 15 minutes.
Oh wow!
So it's not something I would recommend if you can at all avoid it.
That's something I didn't even think about, was they would have to go through it or something like that.
I didn't either. So just a little note for your clients or anyone planning to fly out from Disney Springs that they don't really want your luggage there, which I can understand. It's a lot of people, both Disney park goers and Orlando residents that go through there, and people are crazy these days,
Which I've seen people rolling around with it.
I was surprised when I previously, up until a couple months ago, when you would take a Disney bus to get to Disney Springs, you don't have to go through the metal detector or anything like that. But if you came from an Uber or Lyft, you would have to.
Yeah.
And I was shocked. I was surprised that when I got off the bus to meet you guys there, that I had to go through the metal detector things. And I asked the security guard afterwards, I'm like, oh, when did you guys start doing this? And he said, oh, we maybe a couple weeks ago, or maybe a month and a half ago. And I was like, oh yeah, I just noticed that we never had to go through that before. I always thought it was funny. He was like, well, you did go through it. You just didn't know you were going through it. And then when he said to me, he was like, we've always had canines here. And I'm like, yes, that's right. You've always had canines there. So it was the canines doing the job there instead of the metal detectors. So
The
yeah, I thought
canines
that
don't
was funny.
smell.
It's like
so
things that you
insidious.
don't even think of, like those canines there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good little day at Disney Springs. There not much to
It
talk
was.
about. It was We went shopping.
Yeah, it was a good day until I decided, yeah, you guys probably really don't want to be with me when I go into
Well,
Zara.
it was fun too because then I knew I had my heart set on Polite Pig. So then I went and found one little table and I had myself a nice little solo lunch and then got my
Aw.
family items at Lego store and took it all back. And
Then I
it was
went to
great
Raising
the rest
Cane's.
of the day. Yeah.
You did. That's right.
All while I was sitting at the airport with my delayed flight because they
I'd say
had put
Micah
new
and I
windshield
flew out
in
at
the
the same
plane.
time.
Yeah,
She left our
we ended
hotel room
up.
at what, 7:30?
Yeah, I left there. It was like 7:15 to get to the airport, and then there was like no one in line at MCO, and then my flight gets moved from one gate to the other, and then it's like delayed an hour, and then it's delayed another hour, and then we didn't. I think I was supposed to take off at like 10 something in the morning, and I didn't take off till almost 1:30, almost like between 1:30 and 2 in the afternoon.
I think I flew out at 1:45. I
Yeah,
left
so
Disney
we.
Springs at what, 11:30 noon to go to
Something like that.
MCO, and she took off like 15 minutes before me. I
Mhm,
was like, so sorry. My
mhm.
morning was, besides the TSA search, my morning was so much more fun than yours.
She could have been
I
with
was just sitting
everyone.
at the airport reading. I was
You could
like,
have gone
well,
through the TSA search at Disney Springs with me and your
I
luggage.
could have. I could have.
That's going to do it today for this episode. Allison and Siobhan, we always love having you on. And thank you for coming with us for our 4 parks in a day at Disney. Allison, how can people get a hold of you?
Active on Instagram. It's at Allison_magical travel. And then I also post on Facebook, Allison Hobbs Magical Travel. And of course, when I travel, I do like to post on my stories. So hopefully I'll have a trip coming up soon.
Siobhan, how do we get a hold of you?
I'm most active on my personal page, which you can follow on Facebook. It's under Siobhan Atwood, Siobhan Atwood. It's a verified account, so you can follow that. Or my business page on is Siobhan Atwood at Magical Travel on Facebook, and my Instagram is see you real soon.
You can find all of us in Atlanta sometime this year when the bananas come through. Not really. You can find some of us there. Anybody's welcome, but
It's in
we'll be there.
April.
But you can really find us all over at magicaltravel.com, and we will be glad to get you in touch with one of the agents over there for a no obligation quote. Next episode, I think we're going to finally do our rehab of Hollywood Studios that we kind of teased a few weeks back, and how we would fix what we think is a broken park. So until the next time, we will see you on the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.